It had been an interesting day. Katie discovered that if you get into a pillow fight while tidying up the living room, it is going to take a long time to finish the job. Orbie found out that if you drink a soda pop, some of the fizzle goes up your nose. And they both learned that even cats like to play hide and seek. Dad was outside talking to Andy's father. He came in the door smiling. "Today we're going to meet in the park and have a t-ball game." He said this pulling a baseball glove out of the hall cupboard. Dad told Katie and Orbie that t-ball was like baseball except there was no pitcher. A pitcher in a baseball game is the person who throws the ball. But the thing about t-ball was that the ball sat on a T-stand, and you swung the bat at it. As soon as Dad said bat, Orbie thought of the animal. Dad looked at him and scooted him upstairs. "It will be a whole lot clearer in a few minutes when you see the equipment," Dad said, sending them off to get washed up. At the park, all their friends and their moms and dads were arriving. Dad explained that there would be 2 teams and that each person on the team had a turn to be at bat. He showed them a bat, and Orbie realized that it wasn't an animal. You hit the ball with the bat, and then you had to run around the bases. While one team was having a turn hitting, the other team was having a turn catching and throwing. The person who hit the ball had to run all the way around the bases and touch home plate and not get tagged with the ball. Everyone was a little confused. It wasn't really a problem because all the moms and dads would show the kids how it was done. Katie, Orbie, Yiping, and Dad were on the same team. Mom was the umpire. The umpire made sure that everything was fair. Katie thought that was a very good job for Mom. Katie's team was at bat, and the other team with Tom, Andy, Satya, and Arthur went into the field. Dad went up to the tee stand and swung the bat a few times. He wasn't trying to hit the ball, he was warming up, he explained. Then he moved close to the tee. Mom called to him, "Batter, are you ready?" Dad said he was, and then Mom shouted, "Play ball." Dad swung the bat, and it hit the ball. The ball went up high in the air and all the way across the field. Tom jumped up and caught the ball. All the parents on his team cheered. So did Arthur, Andy, and Satya. Dad was out because Tom caught the ball. Dad clapped for Tom, too. Orbie was up next. Orbie worked the bat in some pretty tricky swings. Mom asked if the batter was ready. Orbie said he was. Mom said, "Play ball." So Orbie swung at the ball and missed it. Orbie was surprised, but Mom told him that he should try again. He still had 2 turns. Orbie stepped up to the tee. Dad told him to keep his eye on the ball. Orbie watched the ball as he swung the bat. With a crack, the ball was off through the air. It hit the ground and bounced. Andy ran as fast as he could after it. It rolled a bit, and then Andy got a chance to grab it. He picked it up, and he threw it back to Arthur. Orbie watched the ball go through the air. Dad told him that it was his job to run around the bases to home plate. Orbie took off. Arthur tried to catch the ball, but it didn't get to him. He ran over to it and threw it to Satya. Satya picked it up and ran after Orbie to tag him. Orbie was rounding the corner of third base and heading for home. On both teams, everyone was shouting and laughing. Orbie raced as fast as he could toward the home plate. Satya ran fast too, and it was very close. Satya touched Orbie just as Orbie's toe hit the plate. Mom told everyone that Orbie was safe. He had scored a home run. She also asked them to clap for Satya because she'd worked hard at catching Orbie. Everyone clapped. Next, it was Katie's turn. Katie was a bit nervous. Mom asked if the batter was ready. Katie nodded her head. She concentrated on the ball and swung. Instead of hitting the ball, she hit the tee stand. It fell over, and the ball plunked to the ground. Mom set the stand up straight. Katie swung again. This time she swung too high. She missed the ball completely. Everyone was looking at her. Katie wanted to hit the ball so badly. She gave the bat a big swing and missed again. That was the end of her turn. Katie felt sad. When she sat down, Dad told her she had done a fine job. He ruffled her hair. Katie didn't think so. She really wanted to go home. T-ball just wasn't much fun if you couldn't hit the ball. Soon it was time to switch places. Their team would be in the field. Dad explained that her job was to catch the ball and throw it to the nearest base person. Katie nodded her head and put on the glove. Orbie tooted from across the field that this was fun. And Katie wasn't so sure. The first person to hit the ball was Arthur, and he hit it almost exactly to Orbie. Orbie jumped up just like Tom had and grabbed at it. It went right through his hands. Orbie was very surprised, and so was Arthur, who ran as fast as he could. In the game, Katie missed 2 catches, and each time she chased the ball, Orbie got there first. She wasn't sure at all that T-ball was fun. It was Andy's father's turn at bat. He hit it on his first swing, and it headed for Katie. Dad shouted to her to get her glove out and catch it. That's when Katie remembered to keep her eye on the ball. She put the mitt in front of her. When the ball got close, she realized that she was too far back, and she ran up to it, and with a loud smack, it fell right into the glove. Nobody was more surprised than Katie. She looked at the ball in the glove. Her team was jumping up and down and cheering. She smiled. Now she knew why T-ball was fun. They played T-ball all afternoon, and eventually, after trying really hard, Katie did hit the ball. T-ball was so much fun that they all decided to play next week, and do you know that they played all summer? Katie and Orbie loved it. Katie found out that if you're not good at something, you have to keep trying, because each time you do, you get better at it. And I want you to remember that, too, because I imagine if you try, you can be good at a whole lot of things.
Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?
Painted turtles aren't really painted, and they can't paint either. But don't ever try and pick one up. Because even though they don't have teeth, they'll bite.